sisters, look, today I have courage. It's nice and cold though, because Jim made it for me like an hour ago. Mm,
Hey, if you like
which is
it.
good because it's kind of a warm day. What do you say? What'd you say?
I said, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Oh, I do. I like it. We do have a lot to talk about, but I'm gonna let a lot of other people join in. I know you saw Oreo in the thumbnail, but as we started to get ready, she was starting to get like, rub my chest, mom, rub my chest. I'm trying to type in the description, and she's like, rub my chest, rub my chest. Please don't skip it. It's my money. Thanks. That's how we earn money at all. We get like $12 a month just to like watch the ads on the live stream.
Oh,
It's still, you can still see it pretty big back there. Sorry about the bandage. I have to put these bandages on for cushion, just to keep them from, keep the protection, like for the wounds from getting worse and worse. Anyhow, we do, like I said, we do have a lot to talk about. A lot of medical changes, and I'll just wait for a few more people to come on. I don't know who's here. Somebody was here when we were waiting. I see some people there now. I don't know.
Simone's girl is here. Say
Hello,
hi.
Simone's girl. Um, the what?
my eyebrows
Oh, your long eyebrow.
long, hawk-like.
We used to call it devil brow, right? Because it looks like it comes up like horns. Like, fix those bad boys. Yeah. So Oreo just went to lay down. She had eaten and everything earlier, and like I said, I was sitting here trying to type in and set up the video, and she just kept like, "Mom, pet me, mom, pet me, mom, pet me." So yeah, like that, pretty much. And so I was
Renee
like,
is
"Yeah, I
here.
think she's ready for a nap." What, mom?
Renee is here.
Hi, Renee. Um, you need me to scratch? Am I here?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. First thing I really would like to address, which I think is very, very loving piece of information, and I'll probably address it later in the video again too, is that I have the sweetest family here on YouTube who continuously reach out to me and let me know of all the bad things that are happening to me on YouTube. But I would like to tell you that there is a really good statement, and it really is effective in this situation. Ignorance is bliss. The truth is, I don't pay attention because I don't care and I don't have the energy to care. And people are going to say what you want. I've tried to, as you know, over the last 2, 4, 17 years, however it is, I've tried to explain my situation better, like answer the questions, and people don't want to hear anything. So it's okay that they're doing it's not okay that they're doing it. Obviously, that's between them and their God, but it's okay to me because I don't care. It doesn't affect me, and I wish it wouldn't affect you because, to be honest with you, I don't like it to take your energy either. Um, I Yes, do I care that people are disparaging my name? I really don't, because there's a great expression that says, "Those who know care, and those who don't know." No, no, that's not right. Those who know don't care, and those who care don't know. Nope. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, those who care. No, those who know the truth don't care what you're saying, and those who care don't know the truth. So that's what it is. So it's like, and that's fine. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
My family and my immediate family, and my immediate friends know the truth. So that's the only people I care about's opinion about me. Um, Everybody else can say what they want, and they're going to. So that's the thing. No point in wasting energy. And the only way I ever know that they're trying to make me feel bad is when you tell me. And I don't want to make you feel bad for you trying to tell me, but just don't tell me. I'm not interested in knowing. Okay.
Susan Brown is here.
Hi, Susan Brown.
Susan Brown, a sweet lady.
Yes.
Because she sent me, I got 2 things from Amazon. I don't remember ordering anything from Amazon. So I kind of set them aside for a day or two because I'm lazy. And then I opened them the other night, and oh my goodness. One was Ghirardelli's squares. The white chocolate with, I think it's called birthday cake. It's
Ooh,
crunchy.
Does it
like
look
sprinkles
it's got
almost.
Sprinkles in it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's birthday cake.
yeah. And then the other one was a big bag, and I'm not kidding, of white chocolate, white
Lint.
chocolate truffles.
Yeah, it was a big
And
bag.
those are my favorite.
So, you
So
same thing.
thank
Yeah.
you so much for the goodies, Susan Brown.
Yeah. When Mom got them, she's like, "Can you reach out to her? You know her?" I was like, "Yeah, but you'll see her on Sunday."
Yeah.
I was like, "You just say thank
So
you yourself." So,
thank you.
so she got them way before she opened them. So if you
Yeah.
were concerned, they were here.
They were here. I was just like, I don't remember ordering anything, so I guess it's not really necessary. When I opened them, it's like, I wish I'd opened those a couple days ago. But thank you so much.
Oreo got some friend mail too. I recorded it and I uploaded it and everything, but it's gonna come up this week. You'll have a couple of videos this week from us. We Oreo got 2 friend mails, and then somebody on here, and I feel like it was Nelly, but I'm not 100% sure. But maybe a few people. They missed the shopping hauls, so the 2 friend mail videos are on the main channel because that's usually where I share friend mail, and the grocery haul video is going to be on here. But they'll all go up this week because I filmed them and they're already in the can. They're already uploaded and everything. I just have to schedule them. I didn't want to schedule them for this morning because we were doing this already. So I figured tomorrow and the next day would be good. Or maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't know. Let's see. Um, but I actually reached out to a friend who just graduated college as a social media manager here in town. And she's the sweetest. And I asked her if she would come over and help me edit or upload or whatever, like because I'm having all these issues. And hopefully even if she just inspires me, like, even if we just sit for an hour and she inspires me to do it, or she helps me manage, you know I guess she's just like the sweetest thing ever and talented too, but that's another story for another day.
Simply Karen said, why don't you make it clear to your friends and viewers that you don't want to be notified of anything any channels do?
I just did. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said this
Okay.
morning.
Mona's here.
Hi, Mona.
Simply Karen said, that's funny, I just said the same thing.
About
Okay.
what?
About notifying, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy Disney is here. Said hi.
Hi.
Let us know how you're doing with your GoFundMe.
Yes.
Susan Brown. Oh, Susan
Oh, I
said,
never shared it. Dang it. See, this
uh-oh.
is my problem. What? Did you?
No.
Oh, looked at me like,
I don't know if I did, so I'm gonna say no just to be on the safe side.
well, if I didn't, I'm
don't-
sure you didn't.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing it anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry,
that's
Kathy.
just-
You go ahead. You guys talk and ask questions, answer questions. What do you got?
Well, no.
Otherwise, I have story times to tell you about the doctor on.
Okay, because there's really, Susan Brown was saying, yeah, you got them. And
Yes.
said I was welcome.
Um,
Oh,
Ooh.
Ghirardelli's sugar cookie with white chocolate.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Sugar cookie. That was the crunchy parts. I was like, birthday cake didn't sound familiar when you brought them into the room the other day. Maybe.
Sugar cookie. Okay. I don't know.
No, it's okay.
See?
Yes, so sugar
That's
cookie. Ooh, that sounds
brain
delicious.
dead I am.
I like that, Kathy.
Kathy said something about not good boo money at all. Oh, I guess
No money.
no, she's not. Her GoFundMe is not getting any money.
Yeah.
Simone's girl asked, would we be moving or staying in Missouri?
Yes.
Yes.
We're debating on that.
Not debating. We're discussing it. We're playing, listening to the universe and our bodies and our energy levels and our finances and praying to Jesus for an answer. And sometimes he gives us answers. Sometimes he gives us more questions. So, and all, I was gonna say all truth being truth. I don't even know what that means. That didn't even make sense. Um, is Kathy with a K?
Yes.
Okay. I don't. We just every day we take whatever's coming and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to tap that. Every day we take what's coming and we just go with it and see where that's going to take us and lead us. And
Right.
Yeah.
so go ahead.
Simply Karen asked, Kathy, is there any way your family member could come and get you? and take you back with to live with them? That was kind of a question,
Yeah.
you know.
Um,
Okay. How do I share?
I think Jerry's looking up your
Oh, I found it. I'm just trying to. Oh, here we go. Contact, copy link.
Susan
Well-
Brown said Missouri with a camper to travel in. Kicking It
We-
Wiccan is here.
oh yeah, yay.
What? Wait,
Kicking It
sorry.
Wiccan is here.
Oh, sorry. I heard Missouri with a camper to travel in.
Yeah. In other words, stay in Missouri with the camper that
Oh,
Mona
oh,
is
yeah,
bringing in.
gotcha.
That's
That
one
has
of
been
the many
mentioned.
thoughts
Yeah.
in the mix. So right now it's kind of like one of those, combination of affordability, like Jerry said, energy, strength, money. You know, there's a lot of things being thrown in the mix, and right now we're trying to weigh all our options and see what happens. We're not going to force anything. We're not going to, like I said on one of my last videos, we're not going to lock onto, like I got locked onto Colorado because I've been wanting to go and live in Colorado for years. But after giving it some thought, I basically said to Jerry, it doesn't matter where we live if we have when, I'm saying if, and I hate that word, when we get to camper trailer and can afford to, we're going to at least go visit Colorado. I want to get up there between June and August. August.
We were there in August last time.
Right.
last year?
Well, June.
No, July. It was like around my birthday.
Oh, that's right. It was.
June, July, and August is when Colorado's having their Renaissance Fair. And I've never seen the Renaissance Fair in Colorado, so I'm like, yeah, I'll go up there and check it out.
But that's when they're also having it here. Oh, no, they're having it in May? April. Now.
Yeah, they're having it now.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I take that back.
So,
Kathy Disney said that her niece can't get a day off, or she would pick her up.
Oh, okay.
Simone's girl said, just a comment, should Oreo be eating in your bed? It seems to bother Jim.
I
Well-
don't like it because I have to decrumb my bed every time I lay in it.
And in all honesty, everything bothers Jim. So, yes, I don't care. Not that I don't care about Jim. That's not what I'm trying to say. Jim and I actually woke each other up in the middle of the night because who had whose corner or which blanket, and the blanket was twisted. And he actually like physically woke us up to be like to fix it because it wasn't something he could just look over and say, either I'm gonna be a little freezing because my wife looks like she's comfortable and sleeping and she doesn't sleep. No, he said, wake up, get your ass off my blankets, and like that's the kind of sleep that that's the kind of habits Jim has as far as sleeping is concerned.
And I don't wake you up.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him because he does have trouble sleeping. People do, but it is what it is at this point. And here's the thing: we have a whole entire bedspread that covers the bed, and for some reason, my husband just has this thing where he just can't take any of my suggestions. Instead of covering all of the pillows and up where he sleeps, he wants to cover the bedspread down at the toes. Which doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you not? Your toes don't feel crumbs. Your toes don't reach the bottom of the bed. But I think it's a visual. Your toes don't reach the bottom of the bed. You sleep sitting up. Even if you were 17 feet tall and you slept sitting up, your toes would finally reach the bottom of the bed. My toes reach the bottom of the bed, but they're under the covers anyway. I just don't pull his bedspread up over the pillows so she can't get any crumbs.
Disagree.
Okay.
Mona said, I think the camper will help you, give you guys some freedom that will help.
Oh, good.
Simply Karen said, oh, I'm not too sure why.
Okay.
Susan Brown said, beautiful weather in Colorado this summer.
Oh, yay.
Simply Karen said, maybe you both sleep better if you slept in different beds.
No, we sleep fine. Thank you, though.
Yeah, we do sleep fine. It's just that every once in a blue moon, either somebody has pulled the covers the wrong way and uncovers me, or me just trying to be comfortable, her feet get uncovered.
The truth of the matter is, it's really since the whole leg situation. So I no longer can, like, you know how when you're in bed and you can adjust, take your feet and wiggle your feet back and fix the covers down there. I can't do that anymore because of the whole hip knee situation. It hurts too much to even like move my feet around. So a lot of times when I get out of bed, I pull the covers back. Like if I have to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I pull the covers back and I can't pull the covers off my feet. So then my feet get tangled in them because I can't move my feet to kick them. So then they get all disheveled. I mean, it's just that it is what it is. I just meant so Jim also hyper panics over things that aren't necessary. That makes any sense. So like he pre worries about stuff like and I don't. Again, it is him. It is his nature. I always try to like get him to be calm about it or put perspective to it or whatever. But it is what it is. And he things he likes to complain about are things that he can.
And part of my problem is if I'm woken up by anything from a dead sleep, automatically makes me grumpy anyhow. So I mean, take for instance, yesterday I fell asleep out here on the couch. Everybody else was taking their naps, and
I wasn't. Every
mom,
mom and the dog were taking their naps. Be honest.
yeah, well,
Okay. It's just
I can never tell when you're taking a nap
I was sitting
or
in
not.
a chair. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was in a I would
Sure.
I was woken up. Couldn't tell if it was a dream or reality, but Jay was yelling for me, and it didn't sound like she was yelling my name. It sounded like she was yelling my cousin's name, who was no longer with us. So I just kind of like went back to sleep, and all of a sudden she uses the find your thought your device,
Okay.
and
I
it
woke him
woke
up.
me up, and I
So
got grumpy.
and then he gets grumpy because he's like, "Oh, you have to go and use that thing." I was like, "Well, let's be fair. I text you first, usually twice, because sometimes the first text just goes by him. Then I call him on the phone, and when he doesn't answer, it goes to voicemail. I leave a voicemail. That'll send him another text message. Then I FaceTime him. Like I don't just go straight to find my iPhone. Let's be honest and let's be fair. It's like I go. That's the last resort is find my iPhone. And actually, yesterday was it yesterday?
Uh huh.
It was just yesterday. I actually resorted to like, Jim, are you in the bathroom? Are you on the potty? Maybe that's why he said Debbie because I said potty. Are you on the
Yeah.
potty? But but it was really just funny, and I was like, he gets so mad that I actually finally woke him up. But I'm like, I can never tell because he acts like, oh, if I don't answer, I'm sleeping. No, you don't answer. Sometimes you left your phone in the car, it fell down the couch, you accidentally turned it off, you have it on silent. It's not like just that you're sleeping and I shouldn't bother you. There's so many reasons why you will ignore me. And I don't mean ignore me like on purpose, but just that you will not answer. There's so many reasons why that can happen. Like,
Eh.
exactly. I left my phone in the bathroom. Sorry, Jay. I left my phone. I had my headphones on. I was doing the dishes. Sorry. Like, so many reasons. Like, so it's not even like I was doing it on purpose. But he also, I have to remind you, you can't sleep. You can't nap 27 hours because then you'll never sleep tonight and that kind of thing. You had your hour nap, get up, do your thing, go back to life and whatever it is.
No.
Susan Brown said, try head to toe. Oh, it gives you more room. I
Head,
can just
oh,
imagine
sleeping
that
head
one.
to toe?
Yeah.
Oh, we have plenty of room. We don't bump into each other. We have a king size bed. And because I can the biggest hurdle we've had to go over is that because I can no longer like roll efficiently in my space because of my back. Like my back, yeah, I have to be gentle with it. So I have to like almost roll over and then slide back and roll over and slide back. Back in the day, I used to be able to just spin in place. But
Hmm.
Jim's really got really great about accommodating that ever since I got sick. He's really either will roll over if he feels me starting to roll over so I can have more room. Or sometimes he even supports me. He'll put his arm out and stiffen up his muscles so that I can hold on to him to balance myself or to help me or those kinds of things. Um,
Sim-
oh, I'm
Simply
sorry.
Karen says, I adore my husband, but can't sleep in the same bed with him due to his snoring.
Oh,
We spend time together until it's time to go to sleep.
oh,
Been there, done that.
yeah. Okay. You keep
Um,
you keep telling everybody that story. I do snore. There's no doubt. But I've had to wake him up several times in the last week, and I'm like, "Did you take your nose spray?" Like, really, it's been so bad
oh,
that you start choking. And I'm like, you got to go back to the doctor and say, I need this sleep study because my wife said I'm not sleeping.
Yeah, his
Like,
dad was a real winner. He was a window rattler. And the thing is, I'd say, you're snoring. I haven't closed my eyes yet. I said, you're the only person I know who snores when they're awake. Yeah. I'm not asleep. I can't be snoring. Well, something's going on over there.
My dad was the type of person when he's sleeping in the bed. I don't remember if he snored when he was sleeping in the
Oh, yes.
I guess I got so used to snoring. I was like, okay, Dad's asleep again.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can hear it through the house.
yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Miss Lemon said, "Hi, Jerry. Is your pain due to cancer or is it arthritis or weight
Yes.
related?" She
No.
said, "I'm not hating. I'm plus
Oh, no.
size too."
No. So I've had arthritis. I've had severe arthritis since I'm 20. Honestly, when I first was diagnosed with it in my knees, doctor said it's probably from playing ball, and hereditary. Both my parents, my grandma, my poor grandma with her little knuckles. Her hands were gorgeous, but you could see as she got to be like about 65ish, her joints started to really swell. My mom's too. My mom had these big thumbs like me. We have these arthritic thumbs. They run in the family. So I've had pain from arthritis forever. So I've been living with that. My current severe pain that I'm in is the cancer. So I have a pathological fracture in my L3, which causes a lot of pain. Um, the the discs are doing their own little thing there because of the pathological fracture. I have to make sure I don't compress it. I also have arthritis in my knees. I have arthritis in my left knee and cancer in my left knee. I have cancer in my right hip, but actually at my pelvis. So sometimes, and the shoulders too, but the shoulders were zapped, but they could come back. Yada yada yada. How much of it's gotten less or shrink, but it can exacerbate the pain from the arthritis. Now the weight has been a lifelong thing, so I wouldn't be able to tell you otherwise. I would never be able to say, oh, but when I was skinny, the arthritis didn't hurt. I don't know that part. Um, did have started to have a conversation with my doctor the other day about statistics and cause and effect, but I kind of like my ADHD was in overload and we had a lot to talk about. But I've had this recent, it's not so recent because it actually came in a TED talk years ago about the diabetes specifically. So, morbidly obese lady came into the ER, and this one doctor who was doing the TED talk realized that it was her diabetes, and then that patient, something about that patient triggered the thought that, is she diabetic because she's obese, or is she obese because she's diabetic? So that's what started. This was way before we knew about like insulin resistance in public, like the public knowledge of insulin resistance and stuff like that. So that made me have this like, oh, yeah, I've been checking these things. I'm like, I know for a fact that I come from a family of plus size people, but I was always the person like my family, my brothers and sisters were all thin until they were adults. I was not. My sister Jane actually started her weight problem journey when she was in, I think she said first grade, she broke her leg, and that's when she packed on her weight. But I was like a chubby baby, a chubby toddler. Like I was, that being said, now we know about insulin resistance and stuff like that. The other thing is about breathing. Like we joke, I play ball and I either hit a home run or a single because I was not running two bases with the lung capacity that I had. But was that because I was fat, or was I fat because I couldn't run more than two bases? So there's a lot of things we don't know. Even statistics, they say statistically speaking, if you're morbidly obese, yeah, but the statistics are I see these patients that are morbidly obese and they have this condition, and that's my statistic. But do they have this condition and that's why they're morbidly obese? We don't know. So the cause and effect part is really what's got my brain going 100 miles an hour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Evidently, Jim is rather hard to hear.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Susan Brown said, "I love sleeping in my own bed. I'm the sewing machine, and I really enjoy having my own blankets." Amen.
Put it somewhere we can. I was gonna clip it on there, but
Okay.
you're fine.
Let's see.
How about my pillow?
Jerry Olas said good afternoon.
Jerry. Oh, Jerry like Jeri or Jerry?
Jerri.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Smells Girl said just wondering why Oreo is eating in your bed.
She lays with me, so she likes to. She's got her blanket, and she's got her now. She's got her orange blanket. We're trying to get her used to, and she doesn't eat like she's not taking her food there. She like has snacks or treats, or she chews on her big bone. Most of the time, it's just chewing on her big bone, but she likes to lay in the bed. I don't know if you guys remember when she was first a puppy. She slept with us, but as she started to get too big, when she got a kennel. Um, so hungry. You guys hear that? How close was the microphone to Jim's tummy just
Just say,
there?
I heard it.
Yeah, well, you heard it in real life, right?
Yeah.
Like, "Brrr." So she's not like we're not feeding her in the bed. She's just if the piece of snack that I gave her is too large to eat in one bite, she'll jump up there to chew it. Those types of things. When we do training, a lot of times the training because I can't get on the floor. Sometimes she'll do like certain trainings on the bed, but that's usually my side anyway. But yeah, I mean, I eat in bed. Jim eats in bed. Mostly Jim eats sitting on the edge of the bed, unless he's really tired, and then he'll lay in bed and eat a sandwich with the plate on his lap. So it's not just Oreo eating the bed. That type of thing. So
Simply Oh, Nellie Hagan is here.
hi Nellie.
Simply Karen said, Jerry, is there a prescription medicine your doctor can prescribe for your arthritis?
I do have an anti-inflammatory meloxicam, but it didn't work for me. Um, Mostly it's just that I'm managing it with like naproxen sodium. But there's a lot of things that exacerbate arthritis, as you know. It's an inflammatory disease, so humidity, gluten, any of those things, like any foods with inflammatory properties will go ahead and make your arthritis worse. I wish, I swear, sometimes I really wish that I was a spicy kind of girl because there's a lot of spicy foods that have anti-inflammatory properties. Like, capsaicin is, all of that, all will shrink all your arthritis. But boy, I can't even smell Tabasco
No.
sauce. I'm just saying, like, woo. And then that's kind of the thing that makes me go, wonder how many really spicy Spanish foods, like how many of those people actually have arthritis or don't they? It's sort of like that makes me just think, why are you doing that?
Because a couple people say they can't hear
Can
you.
hear you,
Oh,
which is I find really strange. I'm sorry.
no.
I sit here in the living room and I can hear her in the
Yeah,
bedroom.
that's what I'm saying. So it's all right. Probably the microphones probably make them worse because it
Mm.
stops that microphone from working.
Oh,
So
it
if
could
this
be.
microphone's not there,
Yeah. Okay.
anyway, so the whole, like, those cultures that are eating spicy foods with a lot of things, we know this about certain Asian cultures where they have lots of turmeric and they have a lot less people with diabetes and these types of things. Like, we know, we just somebody needs to put it together and you know bring it here because but then the pharmaceutical
Mongolian beef.
but then the pharmaceutical companies wouldn't make any money, so we're not allowed to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Say what?
Miss Lemon said you had a back brace smaller than the turtle shell. Do you still wear it?
If I have to. So the doctor doesn't want me to wear it every day because he wants me to make sure I keep my core muscles tight, which is the only exercise that I have for my back, and I kind of do it all day, every day. I kind of feel like it makes me. I'm always like, is that going to make me poop worse or poop better? Like when I keep my core tight, because it kind of feels like like you're holding in your body movements. Anyhow, only for like long road trips or for any long walking that I have to do. Anytime I'm going to be in the chair for a really long time, then I'm supposed to wear the brace, or walking for a really long time, I'm supposed to wear the brace. But yes, the answer is yes. And then sometimes sitting in the black and white chair, which is my new goal, to sit in the black and white chair at least part of the day, I will put it behind me, just like use it as back support. It's just sitting right next to me on the chair. Yeah.
Nellie said, Jim, you look very unhappy today. What's up?
Tired. I'm not unhappy. It's just I'm tired, and I've been having trouble focusing lately. So it kind of becomes one of those things where I'm just like, oh. Man.
Last night was especially bad. Like, you haven't been like that in a long time. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning before you finally fell asleep.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
know, my sleep is erratic, but his is he's usually out by like at like 1:30 the latest. But last night he's like, I can't shut my brain off. Every this is that, and then he says something to me, and I try to make it better, and I end up making it worse. I don't mean to make it worse. Like, I didn't mean to make it worse. He's just really tired because he still made himself get up this morning for the live stream at 10. It's 10, right?
Well, I had my
10:30.
alarm set for 10, originally for 10, but I ended up switching it to 10:30
Okay.
because I had woken up. See, I fell asleep about 3:30. I woke up at like 6:30, and then like about 9:30, I was kind of awake, and I was like, should I stay up or should I just go back to sleep for an hour?
Yeah.
So I ended up going back to sleep for an hour, and it's still
I know sometimes it makes me more tired when I do that.
yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
yeah.
Um, but if everybody's pretty much joined us, I would love to be able to share with you what I talked about with my primary, some results that I got on Friday. Uh, so I missed. I don't know if you guys even know this because I don't share this kind of stuff with you. I was doing so terrible that I missed like I had no doctor. I canceled doctor's appointments for like almost a month. I just every day it was time to go. I just didn't feel good. I couldn't go. Sometimes I had shortness of breath. Was I like I had headaches and lethargy. If Jim was like this much below his normal rev mode, I was using that as an excuse not to go. I just didn't feel good enough to go at all. So I talked to the primary was sorry.
that could be a reason they can't hear you.
You can't hear me because I don't have a mic, and I don't talk like a New Yorker where everybody.
Well, obviously they can't. I'm trying to tell you. The um the primary I had canceled wasn't going to be rescheduled again until June, so I was on the wait list. So I got a message Thursday night that they have an appointment Friday, and I was like, you know what, I'm going. I have to talk to her about all this. It's not going to get better if I don't talk to somebody about it. So I ended up going, and boy, I'll tell you, that long appointment. And it wasn't. It was the same amount of time, but just was a concentrated appointment. So basically, we've decided that. Let me tell you the two positives. ADHD medication is good therapeutic dose. Right now, the thyroid medicine, I have a blood work tomorrow that I'll find out if that's still working good, but we didn't change any of that. But we upped the blood pressure medicine because of whatever I'm going through is causing my blood pressure to go. We're changing the diabetic medication. I'm going to because my diabetes is really, I want to say it's out of control. It's not because I am eating the things like I am eating like I've always eaten. Let's put it that way. But these things don't make sense anymore. So if I had 2 days of a high blood sugar, and I may not test it, but I can feel it in my body, I would go switch to like a high protein diet for a couple of days. Just be like, I don't want any carbs at breakfast. Like don't give me rice, just give me cauliflower rice, or whatever at dinner. So usually that would fix it, and it didn't. So it's just I think whatever is internally going on with my body. Obviously, illness also causes a fluctuation of your insulin levels, stress, all of those things. So what we did was we are going to. She looked up that the once a week medications like Ozempic or Victoza, they aren't as effective to the kidneys as they first felt. So she's not so concerned about me being on that because the daily medication does have some effect on the kidneys also. Like anything that's going to remove the sugar from your blood through your pee, it's going to affect your kidneys in some way. But taking this thing once a week would also help with weight loss, which she hopes will help with my mobility. That even if I'm in pain, it's a lot easier to carry 300 pounds than it is to carry 340 pounds. Those types of things. She was happy with the weight loss that I've had so far, but still, it's like this might help anyway. But really, it's about the blood sugar for me. I know that a lot of people are on these once a week injectables because of weight loss, but for me, it's really about getting rid of the pills. I'm also going to be on a corrective dose of insulin. So it basically the pen, like the you know what's funny? I left the doctor's appointment and I knew these both names and I couldn't remember anymore. One begins with an A, one begins with an N, and they're both injectable insulins where you dial up the pen. Numia.
Is it Norvo something?
No, one begins with an A and one begins with an M. Like they're the brand names.
Oh, M.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, they said N.
Somebody there probably knows and will tell me.
Yeah.
But what I'm to do from now on is I'm to take my blood sugar before I eat, correct the starting blood sugar before I eat, and that's it. It's not going to be, you know, but you're having cake for dinner, so you have to give yourself more. No, it's going to be start at the same baseline before every meal, and she wants to see how that goes, which is I'm glad to finally take a more aggressive step, if that makes any sense, because it is affecting my vision and it is affecting my neuropathy and it is affecting my joints because all of this, blood sugar affects all of these, your neurons and your pain and all that stuff. And for it to be out of control, out of my control, like, I can't eat diabetic. I mean, I can't eat keto. I just can't. My body's system won't handle it. Like full keto, as you guys know. Eat low carb, but that was not making any changes, if that makes any sense.
Gaskin said Mounjaro.
No, that's one of the injectable weekly things,
Okay.
though. I'm talking about the dial-up insulin. It's like I want to say like Ambulin, but that's not it. And Nuvalin or Nuvalin and Ambulin.
No, yeah, it's Novus.
Nuvalin and Ambulin or something. I don't know.
Unless,
okay.
Of course, it's been how many
years?
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
I dealt with all that stuff, so
she basically gave me a scale on the instruction sheet of like, if your blood sugar is this, take 1 dose. If your blood sugar is this to this, take 2 doses, like that, and go up. So that's where we're going. That's where we're going next, because we also want to protect my kidneys while they're still working. My kidney function is still 100%. Well, we'll find out with blood work on Monday. But so far, my kidney function is 100%. We want to keep them still working, for sure. So it's those types of things. What's causing? And she's also adding Seroquel to my depression medication. It's supposed to help with my depression medication. Now we know that you guys know, or do you know that your happiness is in your gut? You know that your serotonin is created in your gut, and that's what makes you happy. Well, while I'm having all these gut issues because of all this chemotherapy, it's obviously just affecting that. So this is going to help. If you're familiar with Seroquel, it is an antipsychotic, but at this such low dose, they would never put it on. They would never give somebody who is psychotic this low of a dose. He's like, I'm just giving you around like a example, but not the exact numbers. She's like, I'm giving you 50, and we would give somebody with like 50 milligrams, and we would give somebody who is psychotic 450 milligrams. So you're like nowhere near that. So I asked her about extrapyramidal symptoms. So there's this thing called EPS where, you do tics and dings, and then you can end up having like tardive dyskinesia, which is like permanent uncontrollable muscle things. It's one of the major things they tell you at AHRC. It's like the first class you take is in extrapyramidal symptoms, because they want you to really watch out for it. If somebody has the extrapyramidal symptoms, like the ticking or the shaking, whatever, tongue thrusts, they really want you to do it because they can stop before it gets permanent. That's why. So it's kind of one of those things you always look out for.
So if I'm taking a certain kind of medication and I spaz out and accidentally slap you, I can blame me on the medication.
Well, you're not on the medication, so
I know, but
no.
Oh.
It's the other way around. If I spaz out and punch you in the middle of the night, we can blame it on that medication.
Simply Karen said, Jim has said your doctors don't want you to lose too much weight too soon. So I'm really confused.
So this isn't going to lose too much weight too fast. My oncologist, when I'm on treatment, when you're on chemotherapy or not on chemotherapy, your oncologist doesn't want you to lose too much weight too fast. That means you're not getting any nutrients. But that's really anybody. Even if you have your stomach stapled and you're losing weight tons, you're not really getting proper nutrition. So that's the concern. My doctors don't want me to lose too much weight too fast. But my doctor doesn't foresee that this medication, because it already has to control my diabetes, will make me lose too much weight too fast. I know the 100% biggest challenge I have to weight loss right now is my lack of mobility. I just don't have the energy to just move like I want to, not even like I used to, just like how much I want to. Sometimes I just sit there and I'm like, all right, I can let the dog out. I don't have to get Jim up, but I can let the dog out. You know what? And I go, ah, damn it. When I let the dog out last week, I was in bed for like 3 days because I hurt my back. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to be in bed for 3 days to let the dog out to not wake Jim up? Like this is my mind has to balance these things out. Really, really balance these things out. I did the Walmart haul the other day because we had just come back from the doctor's office. He brought in the groceries. Took me a few minutes to get out of the car. I rested in the car for a little bit while I was bringing in the groceries. And then I did the Walmart haul, and I'm like, yeah, I'm done for the rest of the day. I'm not even gonna go out and sit in the living room. I'm just going straight to bed because the extra just it wears me out. It just and I
When,
hate it.
when were you gonna let the dog out while I was sleeping, and where was I sleeping at the
Here,
time?
the thing with me calling you.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was like, should I let him nap longer? He really shouldn't nap longer. But I was like, let the dog out, then she won't wake him up, and like all these things. And I was back and forth, and I'm like, I really can't. I've done it before. You know that I've done it before.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just a matter of like, what else do I have to do today? What did I do yesterday? What do I have? What am I going to do tomorrow? I can't afford. If I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, I can't afford to do extra work today. Today being Sunday, is it the 13th?
14th.
Yeah.
Today being Sunday, the 14th of April, I cannot afford to do anything extra today because I've got to go to the oncologist tomorrow. Tomorrow is like the deadline to get my port flushed because I haven't had it flushed in 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Tomorrow will be 8 weeks. And I was like, are you sure 8 weeks is okay? And then the infusion girls were like, yes, 8 weeks, this is okay. So,
Nellie, I'm sorry.
that's okay, Mom.
Nellie Hagen asked his little Oreo sleeping. That dog ain't so little anymore.
Yeah.
50 plus pounds last time I weighed her.
Yeah. But she's been steady at that 50 pounds for a
Sorry.
while. So that's good.
Sorry.
Um, Cece used to call her fat girl. And I was like, she's not fat. She's a brick.
Yeah.
Excuse my expression. There's an expression. She's a brick shit house. She runs into you like a brick shit house. She headbutts you like she's got a brick head. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like and not on purpose, just because she's spastic. Like Jimmy's very sensitive. Like I'm not trying to be. Obviously, you're emotionally sensitive too, but his skin and his nerves are very very sensitive to like. She steps on his foot and he's like
Well,
lost
that's
his mind.
painful.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, sensitive. So it's painful to him to the point where he has to get really like. She steps on me sometimes, and I'm like, I don't even notice it. What I do notice is like two things. If she scratches me, she steps in the wrong spot. Like for example, she actually was here last week, and she stepped on a boo boo that I had on my belly from her previous, and it actually started to bleed. I'm like, oh.
Mhm.
So, but no, he's his nerve. Is that a bug out there? Is it a floater? No problem. No problem. My sister shared this little cute little cartoon that said this showed this little old lady with a fly swatter and said um Ethel spent 25 minutes trying to swat the fly until she realized there were floaters in her eyes.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's fantastic.
Okay. Nellie did say, uh, "Oh, well, I guess you're right." Or big Oreo. Okay. Miss Lemon said,
Well, I'm sorry, Mom. Nellie's dogs are big, but they're dachshunds. So they're grown up. They're as big as they're going to get,
They're
but they're still
adults,
dachshunds.
yeah.
Right.
"Okay." Miss Lemon said, "Sorry if I'm being nosy, but what
No.
do the doctors say about the low energy and stamina?"
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, so I know that we've had this argument before. Kidney cancer isn't a blood cancer, but it is transported through the blood. So a lot of times, just that there's your your white and red blood cell count off, the hypothyroidism, which we're going to get tested tomorrow, that could affect the energy level. Just being anemic, kidney cancer and anemia is like one of the first certain signs that you could have kidney cancer. Don't panic if you're anemic. Don't run to the doctor and get tested, but just keep in mind, there's other symptoms too. But so all of these things, you know, the irregular blood sugars. So I had said to my doctor, and we confirmed this in the hospital. So I have records that I feel low. at like anywhere between 1 and 120, which is high. It's like you're diabetic when you're 100 over 100. So I would get like the shakes, and the nurse would come in and she would, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm really low. I need something. And she would come and test me and she'd be like, but it's 109. I'm like, that's low for me. Trust me, I promise. And I did say to my doctor, and she kind of agreed. It's like, because it takes a lot of extra sugar to run this machine. You know what I'm saying? So could that be it? My fluctuating blood sugar, my fact that my blood sugar is not working properly to give me the energy. So I don't know if you guys even know type 2 diabetes is, my body is producing insulin, but my insulin is not working properly. So the insulin that goes out throughout my body is just like floating around looking for sugar, but it's looking for something that doesn't exist. It's basically, it changed, square peg to a round hole. It basically went from a round hole to a round sugar to all of a sudden now it's square, so it doesn't fit the round sugars in it anymore. It's one of the other examples.
So
So
you just have to come around with a hammer and beat the thing into.
Okay.
So a lot of
Okay.
times that affects your energy. If you have all this extra sugar in your body that's not being properly processed, if you don't have enough sugar in your body because it's not being properly processed, all those things can affect your energy level. Plus pain.
Simply Karen asks, how did you hurt your back letting Oreo out?
Oh, just because I have a spine tumor, I'm not really supposed to exacerbate it. So sometimes bending over too much, sometimes bending over the wrong way. Sometimes when I bend over and the bottom lock can get stuck and I have to try to like pull it while I'm bent over so much. I can't squat anymore because of all the knee situations. So it has to require bending at the waist, which I try to do safely. But you don't always, that doesn't always work out right. Geez, I hurt my knee rolling over in bed last night. Like hurt it. I was like, I heard it pop. It felt it this morning when I got out of the bathroom. I was like, started to curse, and I was like, I don't need this right now. So it's, it is what it is.
Beverly Ann said hello.
Hi, Beverly Ann.
Ellie Hagen said, speaking of boo-boos, how's your back wounds?
Can you see the boo-boo bandage? They're not great. I was growing new skin in this big open spot, and then we did wound care last night and realized that where'd all the new skin go?
Yeah.
So they're not great. But that's another doctor I haven't been to, so I have to see her on Tuesday, right? Wednesday, because it's a day between the kid break, I think. Yeah, I don't remember, but I usually see her on Tuesday or Wednesday. And I have to actually see the nurse. So once a month, you have to meet with the nurse, who's like the head wound care nurse, and she's the one who assesses your situation and stuff. But Jim actually removed tape during wound care last night, and I have a whole new boo-boo from the tape.
I evidently missed one. I was reminded. Rachel
Sorry.
Rose said, now I sleep so good and take 1/4 of the blood pressure medication I used to.
Oh,
I hope that's the right.
do you know
Comment.
what she does? I guess maybe something before that says now she sleeps so good. What did she do to sleep good now?
When I was on ADHD medication, it made my blood pressure skyrocket and gave me terrible insomnia. Eventually,
Oh.
those side effects of the medication made it not worth it.
Oh, okay.
She said, now I sleep so good and take 1/4 of the blood pressure medication I used to.
That's funny. Well, I will tell you, for me, being off the ADHD medication does the opposite. I am up because my brain doesn't shut off. And I know this because they were out of it for like 2 weeks one time. And I was off of it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, oh my God, my brain just, I can't.
Yeah.
I was literally one time, no joke, I was watching a movie like that. I play movies to go to sleep to on my headband. And I had gotten to the point, and then Oreo's little like piano music is in the back. And I got to the point where I took my earbud and I stuck it under here so I could watch the movie on my iPad. That's how my brain needed to be occupied without the ADHD medication. My brain was not being quiet, even with all of those things going on.
Why'd you say something?
This was when I was off the medication, like 6 months ago, whatever. When I was out of the thing, not 6 months, like 2 or 3 months ago when they were out.
Should have done what I want to do.
Yeah, hit me over the head with a frying pan. I know, it's great. Very, 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 very productive solutions. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Betty B said, Humalog.
What, Mom?
Humalog Humulin is one of the fast acting and one is long acting.
Yes.
One is fast acting and one is long acting. It can be used on a sliding scale dose.
Yes, but that's not one of the ones she's giving me. It's new. It's
Novolog.
Novolog. Is that
Yeah.
what you said? Novolog
Yes.
and Amalog or something?
I don't know. Like I
That's
said,
okay.
I've been out of it for.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Something about being a small dog here. I remember
Oh,
when you got Oreo, you both were so certain she was going to be a small dog. Look at how look at her now, such a big, beautiful dog.
well, she's still considered a medium-sized dog. She's
Yeah.
not a large dog.
Yeah.
She's bigger than we thought she was going to be. I thought she was going to be just a small bit smaller, like more like a. I was anticipating like a
she's
Schnauzer type size.
Actually, she's about the size that Newt was,
Yeah.
and Lonesome. They were both German
Mhm.
Shepherd, wire-haired fox terrier,
Oh, okay.
and Newt had some husky.
Oh, okay. You're right. Just allergies, or
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I think. Mm.
Jerry Olis said your lips look a little gray, Jerry.
Oh, it could be. I haven't eaten yet, so I'm just drinking my coffee. Um,
Miss
and
Lemon.
again, not being able to breathe properly all the time. Oh, that's the other thing. She gave me a rescue inhaler in case I have difficulty breathing again. So,
Miss Lemon said if I could go back 20 years, I would have lost the weight then. It has brought on health issues and made others harder to cope with.
well, that's what I was trying to say before. You have to ask yourself, was it the weight that brought on the health issues, or did your health issues bring on the weight? I guess it depends on how you gained your weight and why you gained your weight. I guess if you're eating just constant junk and not moving because of depression or something, that's different. But if you're doing everything you were doing and the pounds aren't coming off, or everything the doctor tells you to do and the pounds aren't coming off, then you have to realize that there's something else going on there. There's some underlying factor. Um, because even though that I eat not great calories, some doctors are like, this many calories a day. Even though some of my calories aren't great, I'm still not eating all of those calories a day, like every day. That's the thing. So you're like, well, okay. But it depends on if I move. Like I was hungry. We went out Friday and I wasn't hungry Friday night. I ate, but I wasn't hungry. But Saturday I was hungry because I guess I had burned so much sugar or something, or maybe my fuel tank was just empty. So I was like super hungry on Saturday, even though I didn't do as much that I did on Friday. So those types of things really make, you have to figure out your body. And the other thing I was going to say really quickly is the last thing about the doctor, besides the rescue inhaler, is that I'm going to start off. I have a food journal, but it's kind of like my little, you know, jot down like, oh wow, I ate that, snack size bag of Buell's today, and that snack cake after dinner, or that was my lunch, or whatever it was, and I would keep track of that as far as my blood sugar is concerned. But now with all this other stuff and the tiredness and stuff, I really want to keep a really good food journal. Kind of like when I first diagnosed as diabetic, or even when I was on Weight Watchers, those types of food journals. And it's not about counting calories or cutting calories. It's about keeping track of what's working, what's not working. Do you want me to stop talking?
No.
Sometimes you do this when you want me to
Oh,
stop
no,
talking.
no,
So
no, no.
it's like, okay.
Sorry, folks, I've got a
No,
coffee
you're
fit over
fine.
here.
Yeah, get it out.
I think I did.
I was
I hope.
actually thinking I might have to get a short shirt.
I was just going to
Um,
ask you, is it warm out? Everybody
nice
cover
out.
cover your digital assistants. Alexa, what's the current temperature? What? You
He
can't
can look on
just
his phone.
ask? Oh, okay.
Kathy Disney asked, "What are some other signs of kidney cancer?"
Currently 81.
Oh, no, yeah.
85.
Did you got the air conditioning on?
Nope.
That's all right. It doesn't come in here anyway. So, um, the one of the signs is anemia, kidney failure type situations, having trouble going to the bathroom, those types of things. The lethargy, obviously, but I've said this a few times, Kathy, that most and the majority, and I mean like most, like I'm an anomaly. Most people's kidney cancer goes from their kidney and then infiltrates their lungs next. So if you're having trouble
Mm,
breathing, if you're having coughing that won't come out, or any coughing with blood or whatever, definitely go to your doctor. Period. But that could be another sign of that your
Huh?
kidney cancer has metastasized to your lungs.
usually goes lungs to kidneys,
Yeah.
What?
according to the pathologist I worked with.
What?
Lungs, kidneys, bone.
Kidney cancer has to start your kidneys. So the
Yeah,
cells are.
kidney cancer starts in your kidneys, but okay, never mind.
No,
Her cancer skip the lungs
She knows that, but what mom's
Yes.
trying to say that it says lungs and kidneys, but that
Yeah,
would be
but
lung
it skipped
cancer.
your lungs.
Well, it skipped my lungs, so it would be
Yeah.
kidneys. It usually goes, it grows in your kidneys and metastasizes to your lungs first. Mine didn't metastasize to my lungs, thank God. It just metastasized straight to my bones. So it usually goes kidney, lungs, bones. Mine just went kidneys, bones.
No.
So how I found mine was the pain in my knee. Like it was a pain in my knee, but it wasn't really my knee; it was my femur, and there was a giant tumor there. So, um, but those are things to look out for if you have any like lung issues. But you should look if you're having trouble breathing, talk to your doctor anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and if the anemia doesn't go away and you're postmenopausal, talk to your doctor anyway. You know.
Okay. Let's see what. Simply Karen said, any idea why your wounds aren't healing since you've been off of chemo and immunotherapy?
Oh, sure, the irregular blood sugar that I can't control. That's a huge one. The fact that I'm like laying down so much, they have no chance to heal. So I explained to Jimmy last night. I roll over to my right side because the boo boo on my right side is almost non-existent. So I try to sleep on my right side, but that's where I have trouble breathing. I told the doctor, I'm like, I really have shortness of breath when I roll over on my right. And I mentioned it to her because I wasn't sure if I start to have metastases in one of my lungs, would that make a difference? You know, I said, but my right side, my lungs don't want me to sleep on my right side, and my boo boo don't want me to sleep on my left. But yeah, of course, pressures doesn't allow them to heal. If they bleed, then they stick to the bandage, and then we take the scab off on accident. Like the scab, it's not like when Jimmy removes it, he can take the scab off because we know how to treat that with saline. But if I roll over in the middle of the night, I rip the bandage off, I'll take the scab with it. So it's a lot of things causing it. But really, right now, mostly it's the irregular blood sugar. Like I just can't get a hold of that. And then that makes a huge difference in the healing process as well.
Um,
But as far as the pressure part's concerned, like I say, I try to sit up. I can't sit in the recliner right now because you can see it's pressure wounds on both sides from sitting in the recliner. But my chair, I put a lumbar pillow or the lumbar spinal brace thing behind me, and it keeps my back off the chair. In the other chair, this one that sits up straight. So um, all that whole thing makes a difference. Like yeah, all those things make a difference.
Rachel Rose said it takes about 2 weeks for it to get out of your system. The doctor told her, and I imagine that's
The chemotherapy.
about probably just
It
about
depends on
any
the
medication.
chemotherapy. Yeah. My actually the how I started my appointment with this doctor was I said, I feel like I haven't recovered from this chemotherapy. That's how I started it. Because this chemotherapy treatment, this really lousy one that I had at the end, and she went back to my results and she's like, "Oh, but you had, this changes." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh, no, no, that's changes in the wrong direction." It didn't do any good for my cancer, but it also wrecked my body. It caused me to go into hypothyroidism. It made me exhausted all the time. It's made me like in a different kind of pain, like pain that's like on a cellular level, almost like as opposed to just like muscular or skeletal. It feels like pain is just like in my nerves, all of those things. And they haven't gone away since this last treatment. The only thing that has gotten improved since being off this chemo is my mouth, believe it or not. I can eat things that I couldn't eat even before I was off chemo. But
Someone's girl asked, "Does the wound doctor want to see you every week since your pressure ulcers are so bad?"
I do see her every week, except when I'm not feeling good and I don't see her at all. But I have an appointment every week. It's just I don't always go because I'm not feeling well enough.
Beverly Ann asked, "Since you have ADHD, have you ever taken guayaf? I'm gonna mess this up. Guayafacine."
I'm gonna say no because I've only ever been on Ritalin. So
Okay. Um, Rachel Rose
what
says
is it? How do you spell that, Mom? I'm sorry.
Guaficine.
Oh no, yeah, no, I haven't.
Rachel
Rose.
Rose says it builds up in your system apparently.
The chemotherapy or the ADHD medication?
I don't know which. Maybe she'll clarify that. She also said, "I didn't sleep for 2 weeks either, but after that, it was great. And thank you for finding my comment."
I'll comment.
Let's
That
see.
was the one that Mom lost the comment. She went back
Yeah.
for.
Nellie Higgins said, "You two are sounding like an old married couple. LOL. Just kidding."
We
Leah,
are an old married couple. Hold on.
Leah Elizabeth said, "Good afternoon." Arnie Grouper asks, "Is it on the kidney or in the kidney?"
Yes. No, it's actually through the kidney. So it goes over the top too. So it's like in the kidney up to the top. I also have it in the lymph node that's attached to the kidney. That's why I said both. So
Um,
that it's adjacent. Everybody's got like a lymph node right outside their kidney. That one's also full of cancer too.
Rachel Rose said it was ADHD medication
Yeah,
she was talking
yeah.
about.
Builds up in
Okay.
your system and that kind of thing. But Rachel, so the reason I went on it was because I was having issues. I went on it because when I went through menopause, I didn't know what the hell happened to me. And what I come to find out is that your ADHD is exacerbated by your hormone levels. And the way I explained it is I watched this cute little video where this lady was like, you have this toolbox and you create all these tools to get through all these things that are like your ADHD dysfunctions. And what I said was, it feels like I left my toolbox out in the rain when I hit menopause. That all the tools that I had created over the last 40 years of having ADHD to get through every day didn't no longer work. And that's why I started talking to my primary about possibly going on some medication. So, well, I've been dealing with my ADHD for 50 years without medication. I can stand to be on this for a little while. So,
Taters and Greens.
what a great name.
Yeah. Said Jeri-Ann's silent partner to her right sure loves her, even if he's a grouch about crumbs in the bed. LOL.
Yes, 100%.
I'm like Princess and the Pea. You can put a pea under a bunch of mattresses, and I'll still feel the pea.
Well, I feel it too. It just doesn't always bother me as much. What bothers
I
me is
just
that,
brush it out.
yeah, that's it. Um, you have to. I don't want to say choose your battles, pick your battles. I don't even mean that, but you have to say, is the not risk, but is the reward worth the consequence? So is the joy of having puppy play in the bed, which Jim loves to wrestle with her in bed. Then he gets all like, "Oh, what you do to the blankets?" I'm like, "What she did to the blankets? You did the blankets too." So do we like? Is that worth having crumbs in the bed every once in a while? Yes. Her laying next to me when I'm not feeling well and she supports my back and I know she's back there. Totally 100% worth having crumbs in the bed. So you have to, just like anything, you have to outweigh the good versus the bad. So,
Um, Kathy Disney said, my mom, it was kidney, then blood system, I guess.
well, it travels through your blood system.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how they can tell. That's why it causes the anemia. So every once in a while, it just sucks all the iron out of your blood. But um, yeah, but then where it goes from there, that's the thing. Um, that's why I mentioned it as a blood cancer one, but it's actually not a blood. It's not considered a blood cancer, but it is transmitted through the bloodstream. Um, so yeah,
Taters and Greens said,
what a great name.
friction
Sorry,
could mess with those sores. Jeri-Ann
what
sure
can?
friction.
Friction.
Oh sure,
Jeri-Ann sure has put up with a lot of pain. God bless her, sweetheart.
thank you. That's sweet. That's why I went into the doctor's office the other day. And I was like, I'm so done. I took a new, I took a new depression questionnaire. And the last question on the depression questionnaire is, if you ever took one, is always like, do you feel like you want to harm yourself or you give up life? And that's always no for me, because why go through all of this just to give up? And I might, like I said, I might be there someday. Oh, I said it, but you guys didn't hear you. I might be there someday, but I'm not there now. Nowhere near there now. But I'm fighting for my life. Why would I do that? But it was like, do you have zest for life? Do you find joy in things? And I'm like, no, really no. And that's part of it. Part of it is just being in pain so long and just being done. I'm done with wound care. I have a dress and bra outfit, not that you guys have to know, that I bought for my 20th wedding anniversary, that I wanted to go renew my vows. Like, it's white and it's pretty. It almost looked like whatever. So Jim and I next year will be 25 years, and I still haven't put the thing on. So first it was the pandemic, so we didn't do it, and then my brother died, and then I got sick, and then it's been like wound cares ever since. So I was like, when am I gonna be able to do this, and those types of things. So it just, like a normal bra. Like, I'd love to be able to put on a bra. People are so mad that they have to wear bras. I would love to be able to wear a bra again. You have no idea. Like, I was wearing the sports bras for a while, but then they were putting too much pressure on the boo boos. But I was using them, like, occasionally I put one on when I need to, like, give my back a break from tape, because the tape is not good for my skin. So it's kind of like, yeah, but I try not to have friction. The only time I can't control it is when I'm asleep. I can't control how I move around when I'm asleep because I'm asleep. But otherwise, yeah, I try not to. Like as you can see, I don't really move here. I just sit, um, just to actually avoid that type of thing. So,
Miss Lemon said, "This is off topic. Any plans to do any crafts soon?"
oh my God, yes. So I actually was just talking to Honey about this, about doing the craft room next because I've got
Who's funny?
you. I'm sorry. I've got so many things. Like March was Kidney Cancer Awareness Month, and I never got my finally still never got my ribbon wreath made. Um, but there's also like I have gosh, my cousin got married 3 years ago, and I still owe her her present. I have there's a wedding coming up for another cousin who I want to make them their present, and it's like, yeah, I
When?
wanted to start doing watercolor paintings because that will help. Even though my vision could be poor, there's ways to do watercolor paintings that really are easy, and I wanted to show everybody how easy. Um, those types of things. Would you say where? Did you say where or when?
No, I said when.
Oh, yeah. So we talked about having to go in like next. We have to really do the craft room next. Like we're just about finished with the bathroom, except I have a little change of plans again, and we're almost done with the front room. But I think we need to do the craft room before the front room because there's things in there. Go back and forth about what's next. Look, poor thing. I'm sorry. We ended up putting a cabinet in the bathroom that I was like, oh, it's fine. I fit through it. I walk straight and I fit through it. The problem is when I have to pee really bad and I don't pay attention to the fact that I have to walk straight.
Yeah.
Oh, not good. Not a good scene. But I have a really good idea. It's not even a lot of extra work. It's just a little extra work.
Rachel Rose was talking about the medication takes 2 weeks. It's the ADHD
Yeah.
medication. She
Yes.
said.
Thank you. I
Kathy
figured that out.
Disney, I believe she's talking about her mother.
Oh,
She'd
her
mentioned
mother
her
with the kidney
earlier.
cancer.
She died within a week and a half,
Oh, wow.
finding out she had it. She
Oh, wow.
died August 28th, 2008.
Oh, my
Sorry for
goodness.
your loss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously,
it's
Kathy.
just
There's lots of different treatments now than it was back then. In fact, even since I started 2 years ago with my journey, well, 3 years. What's it? 2001, 2004. So almost 3 years ago when I started my journey, there's different treatments than there are now. So go ahead, Mom. I'm sorry.
Rachel Rose said, so the insomnia gets worse before it gets better.
Mm,
In other words, I guess she mentioned,
hmm.
Jeri-Ann has mentioned about being up all night. Taters and green.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to me being up all night.
No,
I feel like,
hello menopause.
yeah, the other night I was sweating. So it's funny because I kind of was like, sometimes I get like I have to say something to this man, like real angry or sarcastic or something because he's not understanding my nice, gentle, subtle words. So then I'm laying in bed. I'm like, oh, I'm so hot. I said, do I have a fever? He's like, you're really warm. I'm like, I don't know if
That's
it's a hot flash, whatever.
mm,
So he's like, no, I feel fine. I'm like, okay. So I throw off all the covers. And I'm laying there. I'm trying not to move around. And I got the fan on
welcome
me.
to night sweats.
No. So he, after like about 10 or 15, maybe half an hour, he's like, it's really getting warm in here. I said, it's been warm in here. I was like, I got to the point, I'm like, go check the freaking, like, did you turn the heat down? Did you turn the air conditioning on? What are we dealing with? And he goes out in the hall. He's like, oh, it says 74. Nobody can sleep in 74 degrees. Like, I'm just was like, I got to the point, I'm like, I feel like I have to yell and just be like, not be kind. But it's funny because he's not usually like that. He knows that I can't. Like he can put on his mom too. Mom can put on a sweater and a sweatshirt. Should she have to in her own home? I know there's a big argument about this, but if you live with people in general, somebody's going to feel differently about the temperature. You're not all going to be like, even if she lived with her sister, who's like her older lady who grew up together, they still don't like the same climate type of
Probably
thing.
not. I'm very cold blooded.
Yes, I'm
Always
saying
have been.
she is too, but not nearly as much as you are. That's
Well,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
when my husband got sick and I put him in the hospital, or he had his leg amputated. I went home and I turned down the air conditioner up or whatever it is and took off my jacket. And this was July.
Yeah.
Well, it's June. But I thought, I'm not living like this anymore.
Yeah.
I worked in a place where my supervisor was going through menopause, I guess, and it was freezing in there. And I was halfway home before I had to turn on the air conditioner in my car.
Oh
I
gosh.
said, no more. Well, here I am.
Well, here I am.
But my mother always said you can always put it on enough to keep warm.
That's
you can't
it.
always take off enough to keep cool.
Yeah, I can't. I always tell everybody I can't remove skin or fat or any of that
Yeah.
stuff right now. But honestly, I know that it's hormone based for me because my sister Alicia's like that, and we called her Holly Hormone. I didn't know. I'm 4 years younger than her, so everything that she did, I do 4 years later. So we called her Holly Hormone because it'd be like January and she'd be in her shorts walking the dog. We'd be like, oh my God, she's crazy. But then here I am 4 years later not walking the dog, but out in shorts in the middle of winter time, no jacket, t-shirt and capri pants.
Um,
So I get it, you know. So it's not just about being overweight because she wasn't at the time. She just has hormones. Like we're just built that way. Which is kind of funny because yes, 50% of my genes come from Ireland, but the other 50% come from warm climates. So you'd think like you get, but then the other two thyroid sisters, they're both cold all the time. So there you go. Anyway,
Simply Karen said, Jerry, do you get iron infusions for your anemia?
I don't have anemia. I had it for a little bit, but
I thought you mentioned it.
what?
I thought you mentioned it earlier.
No, that's a symptom of kidney
Oh,
cancer.
well,
Yeah.
okay.
So I used to be anemic when I was younger, and what
Yep.
we know now it was because of the name for it, hypomenorrhea, what low periods,
Yeah,
irregular
or
periods,
something like that. Yeah,
hypomenorrhea is how
yeah,
I say it.
something like that.
So I
Sounds
found out
about
my
right.
sister Jane too. So we were both anemic because had such irregular periods that we used to like bleed all of our volume out at one day and then not for like another 6 months. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I'm saying? Like it was just so irregular that we were anemic at times and then we felt like we did this whole thing where like, oh, when we're anemic, we don't have any problem going to the bathroom, but when we're not, then we all backed up because iron makes you, anyway. So no, I was on Slovy for a while and the doctor didn't really help me much. So I'm sorry.
I'm trying to search my hand. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. You're the one who grabbed it, baby. I'm good.
I know.
Was I squeezing too hard?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
So I was like, it's not really helping me much. It's not like making my energy level. It's just making me not poop once a month. But no, like I had a bout of anemia. Last one blood work was like it was low iron, but the next one it came back up again, and that was while I was on treatment. So it could have been that.
Nellie Hagan said, Jim, I don't blame you about not liking crumbs in the bed. I'm OCD about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
just sweep them out. You know.
Well, that's the thing. So you, like Mom said, sweep them out. Jim's like, ah, and he gets up and he pulls the blankets and he does this. Like everything's like it's like dramatic, is what I'm trying to say. He's overly animated about the crumbs in the bed. Most adults would just like
I'm
wash
not
them
that
out.
bad. I have
Listen.
not pulled out the vacuum cleaner yet.
True story.
When you're a kid and you walk around barefoot outside everywhere,
Yeah.
you get in bed, you got to brush your,
Yeah.
you brush your feet off, or you get in bed, forget it, and go, ugh.
And
Brush
see
it
what
out.
rocks. Well, that's the thing. So it's funny because I thought it was the home where I grew up in that Jim didn't want to walk around. So I told you I grew up in a very like so close to the beach that the floors sometimes were very moist and the humidity was horrible in the house. Jim never would be barefoot at my house, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like things on my feet." And I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe because it's humid and his feet get wet, and then he gets things stuck." Well, here we are in a totally different environment, and he still doesn't like. So that's what he doesn't like. Things stick to his feet like at all. He doesn't want to feel crumbs on the floor. He doesn't want to, He was
That's
walking
how-
around barefoot the other day, and the dog was trying to get his toes. And I
Yeah.
was like, she's like, I've never seen those before.
Really.
So
yeah, that's one thing I do miss is walking barefoot, but it's too cold.
yeah, that's when
The floor. You walk across the wooden floor and go, ah, you know.
you should be diabetic, Mom. When you have neuropathy, you can't feel your feet. So
Well.
it could be cold, warm. I'm just kidding.
Or
I
like
can feel it.
where I've got this weird body temperature. It's like my feet can be cold, the rest of me can be broiling hot. But it's worse when it's like the average human being when they go to sleep, their body temperature goes down. Not mine. It goes up.
That's
Yeah.
another thing. Sleeping with a hot heating pad.
Well,
That's like
that's oh, I've
human.
been there,
The
done that.
the first winter that we slept together after I
It was
moved to New
great.
York, it was great for you. I
Yeah.
wake up in the middle of the night because I got butterball butt against my warm thigh.
You don't want me to sleep naked. I never did before. Look
Okay, back to the
at
question.
his face. Actually,
Betty,
we didn't even know the term butterball butt before then, did we? It was like we learned it as we were together. It was like,
Yeah.
that's the name of it when Jerry puts our cold butt cheeks
yeah. Oh,
up
that's
against.
that was that. Yeah, that was my husband too.
Yeah.
Ah, get out of here! Here, hand me the blankets. Betty B said, "What was your A1C last time it was tested?"
6.9, 7.1, one of those. I don't remember exactly the last time, but I'm also getting that done tomorrow too. So
Nellie
I'm
Hagan asked Jerry, "What is that a new watch band?"
it's red. I got a set of all different colors. Um, that's one of the Dave and Sissy deals that are always $2.99. You can get 6 watch bands or something, a ridiculous amount of money. Um, but I put the red on because I put it on in February, and I never changed it back to orange for March. I put it on in February for red is Women's Heart Health Month. February is Women's Heart Health Month or whatever. Um, but yeah, so it's just red. I have cute ones. I have lots of cute ones, but I just
Taters and
I'm sorry.
Green says, "I didn't mean to cut you off." Taters and Green says, "Oh, I would love to see you renew your vows. That would be precious."
Yeah, I
And then
I asked him first. I was like, you do want to still like be married, right? You don't want to.
he said, he, she, I don't know.
Do I have to answer that?
Oh,
Yes.
that was like, had one of those questions one time. I It was 1968, middle of Vietnam, and my husband was sure he was going to Vietnam. He wanted to get married right now because he was going to Vietnam. So we got married rather quickly in the basement of the church. But anyway, about 5 years later, he asked me the same question. "Aren't you glad you didn't wait till I went to Vietnam?" And I went, let me think about it for a while. Okay.
Meantime, by then she's had a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought it was 69. You said 68. Did you mean 69?
But it was 69.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Just want to make sure.
Did I say 68? Sorry.
You did. No, I thought it was a different story because of the time. I was like,
Yeah.
wait.
No.
And then a year
Taters and
later.
Green says James equals honey to Jerry sweet.
Aw.
Nellie Hagen said Jim's thinking craft room da.
So,
Duh.
oh, exactly, Nellie. That's exactly right.
Arnie Gruber asked if we're still thinking of moving. Yes.
Yes. In fact, it comes up like, so we were like, oh, what if we have to stay here? Where can we put a tiny house for mom? How do we get a mortgage to cover this cost? Yeah, like this is all the things that we were talking about. And then we got an email that there's like 2 mobile homes and 1 trailer community that are next door to each other. And we're like, wow, that's perfect. Like, how could that be more perfect for us? And it's like, so the universe, it's like, could you please just send me like the clearest sign with like a lot of winnings to follow or something? Like, I'm just kidding. I don't want to. It's sort of like you think you know, have an idea of what has to happen. But then we went to my primary, and my primary was like, your family was gonna move, like all your doctors and everything. Like she was really concerned about the thought of moving with all of my medical issues and stuff. So um I think I made her face perfectly actually, because I see it in my head. I was like, she was like what? Just like thrown about by it, taken aback by it. So yeah, that's the plan. It's like, and but it's one of those, like I said, if there's so much, so like the value of this house, if I was capable, physically capable, like if this was 20 years ago, for like $10,000, I can increase the value of this house by like 40 or $50,000, like one of those things. It just needs like a few things done. So like I don't have the money, we have the time, so it's like Do you take the time to do it at your pace when you can afford the little things and that type of thing? So it's just a whole lot of stuff like that that is also that we're having to deal with. And I'm pretty sure I was talking on the wrong side of the camera the entire time. So I apologize, everybody.
Nellie Hagan said Jim said you were going to show the bathroom when it was finished.
Well, it's not finished.
Oh.
I thought
we
it was
still no, we still have to hang.
finished.
Regardless of moving the cabinet, we still have to hang the mirrors and do the last minute artwork. Isn't that what's on your list, right? You have artwork on your list and mirrors.
No.
So I probably will show before and after the cabinet because you guys could see what I'm talking about. I really like it aesthetically, honestly. And if I was, I don't know, anybody else that didn't have hip issues and wasn't quite as, I don't know, scatterbrained, I would be fine. Like if I could just not ever have to rush to the bathroom, it would be fine. Honestly, we can open both cabinets, we can open both drawers. Everything functions properly. It's just a matter of me grabbing my meat on there in the middle of the night. And the corner of the cabinet just happens to be at hip height, and we all know that there's like a tumor here, so we really don't want to do that, risk that issue. So it actually feels really good because I can actually support myself when I'm taking my time. I get support myself on both sides of the cabinet, which is really nice too. But you guys, I'll show that to you, and then I'll show you what if we change it, that type of thing. But we definitely have to put up the mirrors and the artwork first.
Brenda Leipart said hello.
Who?
Brenda Leipart.
Oh, hi, Brenda.
Keep on missing your lives. Love you guys.
I'm glad you're here.
Margarita said good morning.
Good
Nellie
morning.
came back with morning.
In California?
Evidently, where Margarita is, it's still AM.
Yeah, she's in California, so it's
Ah,
20 after 1 here. It's 20 after 11. So yeah, it's still morning.
okay. Nellie
Meantime,
Hagan,
Nellie is in the middle of like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
yeah,
She's
she
like,
said, "Dang, my day's half over."
more than half, Nellie. I'm sorry.
Ouch. Ouch. Kathy Disney said, "I just found out about 2 months ago that I have anemia, and I'm trying to figure out why." I was
Hormonal changes, of course, that could affect it too.
Yeah, could be.
Diet changes, but definitely talk to your doctor about it.
Yeah.
He'll do blood work and figure out
Iron.
what.
Iron.
Well, that's what's missing from her system, but why? I guess that's what the question. Yeah.
Simply Karen said your doctor can do blood work to check your hormones and find out if you are fully through menopause.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm not.
Nellie Higgins said
Are you?
butterball butt. I'm laughing my ass.
Oh,
LAMO.
well, your mom's fully through menopause, and she still has night sweats. So it's still like yes, appreciate that, but still.
Simply Karen said sweeping crumbs on egg floor can lead to ants, though.
Oh, A floor probably.
Yeah.
If she's talking to text, it might
Yeah.
sound like it.
Kathy-
We don't sweep them onto the floor. We have a rug, we have the thing where you wipe your feet at the rug where you wipe your feet. That's where my crumbs go. I can't speak for my husband. I don't know where his crumbs going.
On your side of the bed.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I
Plus-
think that's where they came from.
Plus, the truth is, if she senses that there's crumb, like her food's on the floor, she'll eat it. She don't care. She's not picky. She's a dog. She digs in the dirt. She don't care about eating her crumbs off the floor. But also, they did come out. I don't know if you guys know, but they came out with this really great invention a few years ago. It's called a broom. No, I'm just kidding. That was me being funny. Yeah, Jim. Obviously, then Jim sweeps, and he doesn't just leave them on the floor. And I don't leave them on the floor at all. Actually, I don't know if you guys even see my new setup. I actually sleep right over the garbage can ever since nausea. So I sweep mine right into the garbage can.
Mhm.
And whatever overshoots the garbage can usually goes on the little floor rug where I wipe my feet.
Okay. Kathy Disney said, yes, I had a hysterectomy back in 2013.
Oh,
Simply Karen said, not egg, LOL.
Yes.
To ants. Simply Karen said, Jim, did you get the nail in the floor fixed?
I got several of them fixed.
Oh.
So, yeah.
The thing is, which one? I don't know which one she's
There
talking
was
about.
one
That
here.
one, yeah.
And then there was one by the mud room.
Yeah. The thing
the
is, I
sink.
got out a mallet. I got out your dad's mallet
Yeah.
and pounded it in.
That's
It keeps on
just
coming
weird.
back up.
it's
Well,
the
I found
humidity.
out it's a combination of the humidity and the nails that they used were extra long. So what happened when they hit a certain part of the floor, the entrance, that area right there, which is usually got a thick beam.
Yeah.
The nail kind of goes like this into the floor and slowly pushes itself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to pull one up because it's like it's not going down. Let's just yank it out.
Yeah. Arnie Grouper asks, who's sweeping crumbs on the floor? Everybody.
Yeah, we were talking about if the dog eats in bed. So here's the thing that I think that's missing in the translation. Jim does complain about the crumbs in his bed. He does. But we make our bed. So our bed is, we're a top sheet kind of a people. I know there's a controversy who don't like a top sheet, but we're a top sheet, a cotton blanket, and then a thin quilt or a thick quilt, depending on the time of year. And then we throw an old bedspread over so the dog's crumbs, or if she chews or if she drools, goes on her bedspread that covers the bed. So what he's talking about is if she travels up to his pillows, if she it gets like, sometimes her pads get really like velcro-y rough and she'll move the blanket around, those types of things. They can occasionally get into his space. We've talked about ways around fixing this, and they're not always met with um, cooperation. I love my husband. I really kind of sometimes feel like he wants something to complain about. So I've made a suggestion about 6 months ago that I wanted my dog to be a trunk dog. I always did. I just wanted to like open the hatchback, let the dog jump in, clip her in, and done. So I got these clips that either can go into a seatbelt or could clip onto a hook and then clip onto her collar for the car ride. Well, I said, when we stow and go to the back seats, there's a white clip that holds the seats when the seats are up. I said, we just clip that in and then just open the trunk and let her get in, clip her onto her harness and go. 6 months later, she's still not in the back. The problem is that she then wants to be by him when he's driving, and then he gets mad if she's by when he's driving. Then he gets mad when she barks at something out the thing right by where he's driving. So it's kind of like, why? Please, like, please just fix the problem and don't have anything to complain about anymore. I know. I wish I could do it. I would have done it 27 times
It's
already.
done. Yesterday, she was in the very back seat.
Yeah, but that's not what I asked you to do.
That's what I didn't understand.
Okay.
But she is a smart dog. She has figured out how to step on the red button just right to unclip
The seatbelt.
the seatbelt.
Yeah.
Ah.
And I'm like, how the heck did you do that?
So Jim apparently he thought I meant to put the back seats up and clip her into the back seat. So I'm like, no, it was like to sit her on the floor. The reason this all came about, to be honest with you, is because he's always telling her, sit down, sit down, sit down in the seat. She doesn't feel
Oh.
steady sitting on the seat. If she can't stand with her forepaws to balance herself on the seat, but she doesn't like her to stand on the seat, then she has to be on the floor where she's got more there's less give in the movement. So I was like, if she sleeps on the floor, if she can stand on the floor and sleep on the floor and has plenty of room to stretch out on the floor, this would be better. And we bought her a bed that's actually like a camping bed. She's been acclimating to it in our bedroom. That I even got these special clips for to clip down. We've got her porta crib. It's not a crib. It's a playpen tent, wet cage kennel back here that I said put this on the side. She can have the whole back. We can have the whole middle seats to do grocery shopping wherever we need to. And I took him 6 months to do something, but he didn't do the thing. He did something different. And I don't feel like, and he says something to me that really aggravates me too, because then he's like, yes, master. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to look. I'm tired of listening to you complain about the things that you could fix. That's the hard part. When you complain about things that you have in your power and in your control to not have to complain about. Cover your pillows with the quilt, with her bed. Cover all of the edge of your blanket and all of your pillows with the extra blanket. And she won't get any crumbs anywhere near your side. All you'll have to do is very carefully peel this blanket back at the nighttime, and you won't have to worry about it anymore. But no, he just wants to keep doing what he's doing and keep having something to complain about.
Okay.
So now come for me in the comments because I'm complaining about my husband. Go.
Kathy Disney was talking about losing weight rather quickly, I guess, and she's not even trying. And somebody said, go to the doctor. And she said, all they did was give me iron pills, which I don't know. That's just what the conversation has been. Michelle Weeks is here.
Yay.
Sorry.
I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you?
Let's see. Sorry. Uh, Oreo's new name. Nellie Higgins said Oreo's new name is Ms. Hudney.
What?
I don't know what that means.
Hudini.
Houdini?
Okay, maybe it's supposed to be Houdini.
Because she got out of the seatbelt buckle.
Okay. Chandra Hinkle's here.
Who?
Chandra
Sandra
Hinkle.
from Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Sandra from Aurora.
Nellie Higgins said, Kathy, get a second opinion
Yes,
if you're not
please.
happy.
Please, please, please. See a specialist, see blood work
yes.
guy, something.
Simply Karen said, I never thought about giving my dog Triscuits. Do the fiber, like small pieces, get caught in the back of her throat?
Not Oreos. But, you know, that peanut butter helps too. She does have plain Triscuits once in a while, but mostly I make peanut butter sandwiches.
Wow.
They're a lot less salt than the actual peanut butter sandwiches that you can get with the cheese crackers or whatever. You okay, Mom? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you just cover your microphone, you don't have to cover your. I mean, you cover your mouth because you're coughing, but it may make less noise if you cover your
Never
microphone.
mind. I mean, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
working.
So I make her those Triscuit sandwiches so that they're less sodium in them, and those are what she eats.
Arnie Grouper said, any ETA on your camper?
Nope. When Mona can get here with her dad, we're grateful to have it and her and for the visit. And whenever it happens, it happens. I'm just excited. I know that there's been some issues, so hopefully everything will work out okay. But yeah, when it gets here, it gets here. Everything in God's time.
Shell Week said, doing well. Just recently moved with my daughter,
Oh,
son-in-law, and grandbabies.
oh, hopefully someplace nice, maybe more affordable.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Nellie Higgins said, Oreo the escape artist.
Yes, Houdini. Houdini. That's Houdini. That's what Mom had trouble reading. That's okay. This is an educational channel.
Nellie said, get us a week of cola, of Coke.
She needs water.
She's actually drinking water right now, so.
Yeah, chalk it up.
Yep.
It was coming out my nose.
Mom's a water gun in her mouth, out her nose. So, how's everything? Anything you want to talk about? Anything? Oh, so one of the things that I was crafting before everything was a tree of life wreath. And then this Southern girl, Ken, I follow her on Facebook. I do follow her on YouTube, but I'm not really watching YouTube. But I follow her on Facebook. She's so funny, Amber. Oh my God. But anyway, she started to make a tree of life and she put rocks on the bottom and moss on the top of the tree. And I was like, what? Game changer. I was like, oh.
Really?
So I was thinking about making mine with moss around the wreath and then the tree over the top. But I don't know, hers came out really nice. So I sent a picture to Jim and I'm like, should I just copy Amber's? Hers is really good. Should I just copy it?
Stacy's Rainbow Nursery asked, what's for dinner
Hi,
today?
Stacy. Oh, sorry.
It's for dinner today.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't pull anything out.
Fish sandwiches. I love fish. Are they getting tired of them yet, Mom? Pardon? Are you getting tired of fish sandwiches yet? Okay. Mom's getting tired of fish sandwiches.
I like them, but it's just, we've had
space
them
them out with other
twice a week for the last month.
No, never twice a week. It just seems that way.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's up.
Yeah. Mona said, can't wait to do a live with y'all.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Sorry, the Missy Tish just barked. So
yeah. Jerry Olis asked if those are spring flowers behind Jim's head.
No, it's a fake. It came from one of those. My sister got me those grab box bags from Michael's. My sister Julie, when she came in 2019, she brought that, and it's just rearranged all over the house. Oreo does like to chew on it though, or try to anyway. We're like, hey, that's not real. But thank you, they're cute, right?
Mona said, and Dad is looking forward to talking with Sally. I can't wait. I want to talk about
it's like good stuff, right?
Yes, all good stuff. Nellie asked Mona, when's that taking place? I don't want to miss that one.
Oh, well, when she gets here.
Okay.
we'll give you guys
Yeah, of course.
no,
Yeah.
You know,
Heads
um,
up.
plenty of notification, unlike my lives.
yeah. Well, the Sunday she's here. That's what we're gonna do. Um, okay, okay. Gosh, the birds are so loud. It is starting to get really warm in here.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
ma'am.
Really?
But she's still got 3 covers and it's. How would you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Really?
thermostat broke a long time ago.
Yeah. It's probably why you're choking. Like you don't even realize that you're overheating because you're so used to just being hot. So I'm like,
No.
she's dehydrating from the overheating from the 17 blankets and sweatpants and
Um,
four
Here I
blankets.
am with a lightweight long sleeve T-shirt. I'm over here going, oh my god!
And here I am
did-
in spaghetti straps and I'm sweating my ass off. So I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like we all have our different thermostat settings.
Thank you, Nelly. I don't know.
Are you
about
sure that
that.
hers is off for the summer with the air conditioning? Maybe that's why it's making her colder. So we have
What?
2 vents in here, and we used to flip flop them. We used to like put mom's open in the wintertime and put mine open in the summertime
Mm,
and flip flop them. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not sure if that's blowing cold air on her and none on us, and that's why we're sweating and she's not.
That reminds me. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
If you're going to have the air conditioner on, which it's warming up, and
Sure.
you would need the air conditioner. Would you
74
please
degrees
close
last
my
night.
vents?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Not the one, not the just the one over her bed, not the one over by the window, right?
That one doesn't work.
at all.
Never has.
Oh, I
Well-
thought that was the one you keep open for the air conditioning, so it comes in the room but doesn't come on you.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mona says I go to the doctor tomorrow to check foot. Will update.
I didn't tell everybody, Mona, but I will if you want to. She hurt herself, so she's got a soft cast on.
Oh,
That's
sorry
one of the
about
reasons
that.
for the delays. But I, like put her business out there. She told me, do I put her business out there? But she mentioned foot, so now I'll tell you.
Yeah. Nelly
Well,
said
that's
good
how I
luck.
am. I'm like, if they don't want to know, if they want to know, they'll tell you in the comments. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep your secret because that's how things roll. So, sorry, Mom. Go ahead.
No, I think one of the reasons for the coughing is I don't talk all that much usually.
Oh yeah,
I think I talk more during the live.
but you're. That's what I'm saying. Every week you talk during the live. You usually don't have a coughing fit.
No,
I was
I
just
know.
thinking because it was warm in here.
Well, another thing is, and I can't say for sure. I do not know, but sometimes fragrances is weird.
Yeah.
Fragrances will get to my throat.
Yeah, bother you more than other
Yeah.
times. Yeah.
Number of years ago when I was working in the lab at the hospital, I happened to walk down a hallway where they had, I don't know what it was. It was from the phlebotomy cart. And somebody opened a door right next to it and it just all went down my throat. And ever since then,
Probably the sanitizer. They use a lot of that.
I don't know, it smelled horrible.
But even that's less today because Jim didn't go to his office and do his thing.
So
So
like
it's
I
really
said,
weird, right? I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
what could it be today?
Yeah, I haven't one in my office yet. I've been seeing a lot. I saw a couple comments. Want mom to do her own YouTube channel. Well, the reason why she does not do that is because she does not like her face being on
Yeah.
camera.
Who would want to look at this ugly mug?
No, you just put the camera down to
Mm-hmm.
the to your hand, and you can just like type stuff.
Or talk. If it's
Mom would make the way she types with her nails and everything. It'd make a really good ASMR video. She could just sit there and type away and just be like,
what's
"Oh, it's the
yes.
it's the art of soothing sounds."
Oh,
So like people do like opening wrappers and
Oh.
squishy toys, but you typing just be like,
if I
she could
can
just
still
sit there and
type.
go, what'd you say?
If I can still type.
Oh, I'm
I
sure you
haven't
could.
really-
But it doesn't have to make sense. It's just about you clicking the nail.
Oh,
It's just that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure.
I can do it too, but I don't have nails.
It doesn't
Mine
quite
come
work.
and go.
I found this really cool, cute keyboard that I thought was perfect for mom because it was light blue, but it actually had like keys that were raised, almost like an old typewriter, and they were round.
Oh yeah. Very good.
However, it was battery operated, and I was like, that thing's going back. I'm not changing AA batteries every 3 days. This is not happening. I just thought it was rechargeable when it said wireless. but it wasn't. It was battery operated. And I'm like, not for this price. No, for this price, I'll get it rechargeable. For batteries, I'm getting it for $10, like that kind of thing. But it was
Oh,
really cute, and I was like, oh, mom would love this. But I'm like, the blue one's not $20. The blue one's $40. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening.
Simply Karen said, Jim, can you pull the hanging piece over your window up somehow so you can get fresh air in your
Well,
office?
Oh, in my
Oh,
office?
there's no
Yeah.
window in his
My
office.
my office no longer has windows.
Yeah.
I'm in the windowless room.
Do you need air in your room? Is that what you're
No,
saying? Oh, okay.
the reason why we changed that.
Oh, she means about the scent. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. I was just trying to
Fresh
figure
air?
out what the
Oh,
question was.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking of fresh air.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
fragrances. Yeah.
Um,
No, let him finish. I'm sorry.
Nelly,
The reason.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yes. Okay. Go ahead.
The reason why we changed rooms is we found out from our realty agent that any room with a window can be considered a bedroom. Does not have to have a closet; just has to have a window.
Yeah. So we're making the front
So
room.
we switched the front room to we're going to make it into a faux bedroom.
Not a
And
foot. Well, it depends. So
Yeah.
what? Right now, it's going to get staged as a bedroom. If we end up having to like be here for a while and tiny house mom or whatever that part, then it's going to become the new guest room. That's what I'm saying. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
So the windowless room that we usually go to when we have tornado warnings and whatnot is now my temporary office, I'd say, or my
Well,
office
if
until we move, or
right, exactly for now.
Yeah.
my office for now, exactly.
Um, if you guys have been like OG watchers, you guys will know that the front room used to be the dining room. I used to decorate the dining room for all the holidays. The guest room, you guys have been in the guest room with me tons of times, rearranging, organizing, and decorating. That's what Jim's office is now. If you've been an old school kind of person, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah, because Nelly said he's got the windows open right now. Well, he does, all but the no windows
Yeah.
in the office.
We don't have the windows open now. It's 80 degrees out.
Yeah, they've been open since we got it this morning.
That's why I'm so hot. It's 80 degrees in this house now. I thought I was losing my
I
mind.
don't know what it is.
But you don't have.
I don't know. I have to go look at
Oh, okay.
the thermostat.
But you don't have the windows open in here for cross breeze.
Well, not that one because it's Oreo.
Is that open?
Yeah.
That's why I hear the birds.
Yeah.
Good Lord Jesus. I'm losing my mind.
You can't lose what you ain't got.
Yep, I can't lose what I never had. Exactly. Good Lord. Praise Jesus.
I'm starting to get warm, so I mean, it's time to close up the windows and kick on the air conditioner.
Yeah, I might actually have to take my sweater off.
I don't know if you guys know that I found through Ancestry, I found my father's first cousins that had also moved to America, his Cypriot cousins. He knew his Polish cousins because that's who he grew up with, but his father's family. So I shared something on Facebook where it says you knew you grew up in an Irish household when you say, and I was an exclamation or something, but you like say Jesus, Mary, and Saint Joseph, which made me hysterical laugh because that's exactly what we say. Well, my Greek cousin came in the comments and she's like, well, you grew up in a Greek household when you say, and she wrote it in Greek and then she translated it. And I was like, my father only knew the curse words. He used to tell everybody he met that was Greek. He's like, I only know the curse words. And I was like, oh my. Like, this is like, even the Polish curse words. So his Polish cousins that he grew up with, he's like, I only know the curse words in Polish. I'm like, Mom, Daddy, like, did nobody ever teach you like milk? Bread? You just taught you how to curse in foreign languages? I said, okay, great. So
that's most of the Polish my husband knew because both of his sister-in-laws are Polish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curse words?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's funny.
The
one lady he met that was like Polish, he was at the hospital. He goes, I would tell you what I know, except it means, excuse me, he'd be like having sex with Jesus's mother. And he's like, I'm not saying. I was like, please don't even just translate it. Thank you.
Simply Karen asked if the incense bothers me. I rarely smell things that I think are the incense. Can't be sure because it's in another room. My nose goes bonkers occasionally.
Yeah.
So whether that is the incense, I mean, I can sneeze at things I can't even smell.
Sure, of course. Yeah. Right.
I don't
is that
know if
like,
it's the
does that mean
incense
like,
or it's
Jim, we need
just
to dust, or it's like, or do I smell something I don't smell? Like,
yeah. I mean,
well, it's impurity. So basically, what the doctor said to me was it's inhalants. So mom's allergic to inhalants. And oddly enough,
okay,
mm, as far as she knows, it's not cigarette smoke. However, every once in a while, you could get a big like
could it could.
like irritant up there of
Hmm.
like a big pile of it, and that doesn't make sense because you can't pile smoke. But you guys know what I'm saying. A large
Yeah,
amount that could burn her nose and
but
irritate it, and then she wouldn't even notice it.
yeah, but here's another story for you.
Sure.
When I was first married, we lived in California, and the quarters we lived in because it was on base, the apartment I guess we lived in. The living room, dining room, kitchen was all one big room. Um, a friend of ours came over one evening after she had been out. She had perfume on, evidently, because I sat about 8 feet away from her and started sneezing like crazy. I couldn't figure out why I was sneezing because I couldn't smell anything
Mm-hmm.
until the dog wanted out and I walked past her and I smelled her perfume. It's like that must have been what it was all along.
Where was this?
This is before you were born. This is
Okay.
California. Nellie Higgins said dust makes her sneeze. Yeah, that probably makes a lot of people sneeze.
Well, I try never to do it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, go in there and dust my room. It's
Well, so I tell Jim, I'm like, you have to wet dust. When you have allergies, you have to wet dust. Basically, either put the dusting spray on the rag, which is the best way, because if you spray it on the surface, a lot of times it kicks the dust up and not to fall back down on the counter. But wet dusting is when you have allergies, you have to wet dust.
Mm.
Otherwise, you're just like causing damage, emotional damage.
I don't know how to do
Right. That's why I didn't do it all the way.
Nellie thought something was funny because she's Jeri-Ann and a smiley face.
it. Goes like this. Emotional damage.
No, it doesn't. You just think it does. How we doing with time? Because I'm starting to get hangry.
1:43. Oh, I don't know what.
Well, Mom?
It said it was 1:43.
Oh.
I don't know. Don't know how long you've been on.
2 hours?
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah. So I think we might have to start wrapping this up here, folks. I'm hangry, but I'm also very uncomfortable. And I thought it was, I thought it was just menopause. Like
Nellie,
having a
Nellie,
hot flash again. But no, it's 80 degrees in my house.
yeah.
With the thermostat
74.
in the hallway,
Yeah.
but not like in this room that has its own. This room, which was an add-on, the first add-on, has its own. What do I call it? Not climate and atmosphere. It has its own
Yeah.
atmosphere. It's kind of like self-contained. It could be really warm in here, and you take one step into the kitchen, you're like, ooh, like the air conditioning's on in the kitchen, but not in here.
Oh,
Those types of things. And the
I
big
look-
windows make a difference.
I
The
look
fact
out here first thing in the morning. It's like
freezing cold. Well, that's
freezing
from
cold.
your room. Everything. You probably step outside in Arizona and it's freezing cold from your room. Just kidding.
Nellie,
The morning in Arizona is kind of cold anyway, aren't they?
Pardon?
Mornings in Arizona can be kind of cold and not the height of the summer, like
Yeah.
Well, in
relatively
the height of the
speaking.
sun-
No, not the height of the summer. That's what I said.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. We lived North Phoenix, and it did snow. Didn't stay
Oh,
on the ground
yeah.
very long, but it did snow.
Yeah.
Went to Payson, which is about an hour away or so, and
You want to go get her? Say goodbye to everybody
it was
before
snowing.
I want to guess.
before we actually hang up. You guys throw any last minute questions this way. Like I said, tomorrow I go to the oncologist. I get my port flushed and my shot. I'm going to get my blood work. We'll see how that goes. And we'll have more information for you by next week. Hopefully the blood work is good in the hood. Yeah. He always does that. Even if I'm in the room with her and she barks, he's like, "What's your problem?"
Ernie asks,
Sure.
Jeri, do you have to test your blood sugar before meals?
I do now. So when I first became diabetic and wasn't sure what would affect my blood sugar, I used to do my blood sugar in fasting in the morning and 2 hours after each meal. That's when it would be
Here
to
it
see how
goes.
food affected me. Hello.
Margarita
know.
said, Margarita
I
said
know.
to take care of Jeri-Ann.
I know. Not
Yeah,
yet. Not yet. I gotta say goodbye to everybody. Okay, hold on. Hi, mommy. Hi, mommy. Oh, okay, okay. Margarita said, "What, mom?
Take care, Jeri-Ann.
Take care."
Yeah.
Aw, she's so sweet.
Nellie Higgins said, Oreo, Yahoo, bring on the cutie. You want to see her butt?
Ah! I gotta get the bunny.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
the bunny. Oh, the bunny.
Jump
She
on
has-
that, buddy.
I don't know whether it's what it is, but this girl has had the zoomies.
Man,
All
this
day.
morning-
I think it's the weather. I think she's like finally
I
being like
wonder if
spring
it is.
fever. Is that what they call it, right? Spring fever.
Yeah.
Some kind of fever because she's.
I think she's really waiting for Nanny to go back outside with her again. It's like she was last year when it was warm out. Nanny would just go sit on the chair with her and throw the toys or pick the toys or whatever. But I don't think Mom's feeling up to it just yet. But
Well,
it's really
I'm waiting for a table out there so I can set my Coke and.
Yeah.
you know.
Oh snap! I didn't know that.
Yes.
Get Mom a table. What'd you do last year? Nothing.
No, I just went out there for a while. and
Gotcha.
Got thirsty or.
Oh,
Oh,
threw it
heck
away.
yeah.
You threw it over there. Why'd you throw it away?
We have
I don't know.
actually we have tables in your room that you can give her by the camping stuff, the little silver ones with the collapsible legs. It'd be perfect
Yeah.
because if she spills anything, it'll go right into the tray.
Yeah, I was just thinking that the dog didn't hit it just right there.
Well, yeah, but
Oh yeah. Well.
that same thing can happen to Mom. The dog can hit Mom just right, and she'll go flying. So that's what we were talking about. She's a brick shit house. She's a brick
She's a brute.
house. That's Mommy's water. That's Mommy's water. Thanks.
Jerry Olis said, Jim, I hope you're going live today. Didn't hear much from you today.
Yes, I'm going to go live. It's probably not going to be for at least another hour because I got to feed.
Am I the only one who eats?
Well, you're the only one complaining about being hungry.
She's hungry. She just doesn't say anything about it. And even if she's
does.
not hungry, she's got to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nag,
yeah,
nag,
yeah.
nag.
Nag, nag, nag. Bitch.
I didn't say that.
Wait, how's that go? What's
Oh,
Yeah,
Walter? Nag, 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 nag. What are you doing?
Oh.
There's nothing behind us.
Yeah, you might be hiding something, Dad. You don't know.
Yeah, I'm hiding a knuckle sandwich. Get off my guy. Get off my
See?
guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, that's it.
Oh, okay, easy.
I'm bringing out. Where's that electric
Wait.
clipper?
Where's the
Ooh.
chest rubs? Do chest rubs, Dad. Look, see? Instant
yeah,
calm
she's
down.
paralyzed.
Instant calm down. Instant calm down. There we
Arnie
go.
Grouper asked if we have central AC. Yes, we do.
Oh,
We
yes.
do.
Oh, yes.
Nellie thinks you're funny, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim is funny. I probably wouldn't have married him otherwise. No, I'm serious. A sense of humor is a big thing for my family. Grow up with it. It's definitely weird. His sense of humor is definitely weird, but so is mine.
Mm.
Was it my kind of crazy? Is that what it is? That's how that song was that you gave me?
Yeah.
So Oreo's licking the pole that holds the tripod. I don't know. She licks her cage. She licks her kennel.
Half on, half off the couch.
Yep.
Oops, here she comes.
They've seen
Hey,
that
you.
before.
Mm.
She's lucky she moved fast enough because
Watch
I would
the
have
bunny.
gotten
There we go.
those toe beans.
Dad, I just gotta hold my bunny over here. So these bunnies, did you guys see the bunny that she got for Easter? These bunnies are actually people bunnies, and they are so much stronger. Release. I'm sorry, release. They're so much stronger than actual like dog toys. I'm not kidding. If this was a dog toy, these ears would have came off million a year ago because she pulls them. Either I hold them and she pulls the bunny, or she pulls the ears, and they haven't come off. They haven't come off yet. She hasn't dug any holes in it. The blue ones, I just a joke. That's not a joke. The blue ones were 98 cents, and the green one was $1 at Walmart. I don't know why, but she got them for Easter, and mostly because I give them to her because they don't have squeakies in them. And my family is not really crazy about the squeakies, but all the toys seem to have squeakies. Crinkles aren't so bad. The squeakies is really what the problem is.
Yeah.
And some squeakies are deeper, and they're not so bad. But I got her these for $1, and I'm like, I actually said to Jim, for $1 at Walmart, I don't care if she can chew it up. It's $1. It's like getting a no, and the eyes are sewed in.
Yeah,
the eyes are sewed on. They're not buttons. They're stitches. They're like embroidered eyes.
Jerry Olis asked, could you check your blood sugar while on a live?
You want me to? I haven't eaten yet. I just drank my coffee though. Like just for shits and giggles, or like you guys want to see how to do it, or oh, did the bag fall?
Do I need to go there and get it?
No, I got it. Test my outside glucometer since I'm out here. Hold on. Actually, you might. I don't see it.
Curious about what Mom was saying.
Ow, I don't see it, baby.
All right.
It's the Hello Kitty bag that's out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh goodness.
nosy butt, get out of here.
I got. Oh no, that's her treat. That's her training treat. Yeah. No.
I don't even see it down
I
here.
know that's what I'm saying. Move the blanket. It might be on the.
And this is how it goes.
No, I don't see it down
Isn't he kind?
Hmm.
I don't see it there, baby.
Oh, that's not good. Did I throw it in that box before you put the other box on top?
What was that? Guns, toy, dog harness thing.
That's it. Yeah. Sorry.
Sorry.
He covered it with a box.
I was just gonna say shuffling. What was it? Shuffling deck chairs on the Titanic.
Can you sit? Can you go sit? This mommy's. This is
Come here.
mommy's.
What's it? What's it?
Have you guys never done this before? You've never seen this get done? The new glucometer that I got didn't come with a case. It's literally like floating around in there. And of course, I got rid of the old one already. The old one had a case, but the case wouldn't have fit this one anyway because that one was long. It was the same exact one, just the older model, and it was it's long. So, what do you need to test your blood sugar? You need some alcohol swabs. You don't need them, but I like to use them. You need
That's true.
lancets. What, Mom?
Oh, Lance.
Yeah, these are lancets and test strips. And I don't. This one's open. Not that it makes a difference, but I like to finish one first. So the first thing I do is I load my. Is that somebody in my house? This is the Freestyle One Touch Light. The doctor put me in for a continuous glucose monitoring system. So now that I'm going to be on insulin, whether it's a Dexcom or the Freestyle Libre, not really sure. Whatever my insurance will cover, if my insurance will cover anything. So you load this. I'm a 7 because I've been stabbing myself for 1,000 years. I just realized I don't have my glasses on. Probably a good idea to put them on. I don't really need them, but it's probably a good idea. So this is the monitor. Okay. So before I put the test strip in the monitor, I like to wash my finger, disinfect my finger, because it has to dry. The alcohol has to dry before you can lance yourself. Now in the hospital, which do I have tissues without lotion in them? Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. In the hospital, they actually take a gauze and they dry the alcohol. Not the alcohol, the first blood drop. So I'll show you. Hold on. Now I can get my test strip out. The test strips can expire, so definitely keep that in mind. You load. Sorry. I'm blind. Once you load it, it comes on. Can you see it? Then what you do is you stab your finger. So pull this back. Make sure it's loaded. I stab up. For some reason, I'm a ring finger kind of girl. Press the green button. You get
stab
blood
directly into the pad, straight on.
I do the side so that it doesn't
That's what.
cause so it doesn't cause issues.
Yeah.
Plus the skin there is thinner, so I wiped off the first drop of blood that could be contaminated with alcohol, and then you go dippity dippity dippy. It's kind of like osmosis, and it gets sucked into a little tip, and then it goes. So let's see how high it is right now. Yeah, my fasting blood sugar is 189 right now. So I told you it's irregular. Actually, I've had coffee, so coffee, even though it's sugar-free creamer, sometimes the sugar-free can make it fluctuate. So it's technically not a fasting blood sugar. But yeah, right now it's 189. And it's not supposed to be. I haven't eaten yet. So normally now, if this was while I'm doing, if I hadn't had coffee and this is while I'm on treatment, that I'm going to be on, I would take 25 milliliters of the insulin because she wants me to be down a certain level before I eat. So that's what I would have to do. I don't like this particular box of Lancets because there's no way to seal the needle as easy as the other ones. The other ones have a cap that go back on here, and this one does not. And it's really difficult to not stab yourself extra while trying to take it out of the machine. Do you see that? The cap came off. So the Freestyle Light that I have, the other box of Lancets, they have like almost like a cup on this side that goes over the tip, and it helps you pull the thing out. So there is, check your area if you have to dispose of Lancets in the trash or have to get a red container. But here they can go in the trash, especially when they're covered. So I have my alcohol, my test strip, my Lancet that's covered, and the tissue that I use, and it just goes in the garbage. And that's it.
Jeri-Ola said, I thought Jim said you had an implant.
A who?
Implant.
I
No, I
have
was
a
talking
port.
about
My
that
port?
Monitor, I think you're.
Oh, no, I'm getting one.
Yeah.
She put me in. Oh, I was prescribed one, and my insurance wouldn't cover it. Now I'm prescribed one again. But this medication that she's got me going on, and I have different insurance, they might actually cover it. So I wanted one. They're $75 a month, though, and I couldn't afford that. Just, so
Right. Are you doing injectable insulin now?
no, I don't start until it actually comes. So we waiting for the pharmacy. My appointment was Friday afternoon, so everything that had to get prior authorization now has to wait till Monday because the doctor's not in on the weekend. All right, we can do training if you want. My goodness. It's like you see the training treat bag and you lose your mind. Oh, now you're going to be a good girl, huh? Okay, sit. 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 I shouldn't have to tell you 3 times. Thank you. I didn't ask you for right paw. And I don't want you to say please because this is training treats. Put your paw down. Paw down.
Jerry Orlis says that's high.
It
Cream
is.
and sweetener will affect it too.
What
I'm
will?
an MA.
What, I'm sorry?
Which is MA.
No, what did he say? The first
cream
thing.
and sweetener will affect it too.
Yeah.
I'm an MA, so I do this often. Great job, Jerry. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Put your arm down. Down. Put your paw down. Thank you. Can they see her? Can you tilt me down, Jim, so I can show everybody what you're doing? Enough. You're not cooperating. You want to train? We're going to train. Okay? Show everybody how we train. This isn't how we train. You're anxious right now. Okay, hold. Stop. Hold. Wait. Wait. No, not yet. Wait. So I put 2 training treats, 1 on each paw, to teach her some patience. No. Head up. Head up. Oh boy, I'm taking this one back. Nope. That's not how you do it. Try again. You want to try again? Put the paw down. Wait. I know you want it. But that's not what we do. You can't say please for training treats. I can't give kisses for training treats. Just train. This is for training. So she's getting all her signals crossed. Actually, what she's been working on with Jim last is about healing, and she really needs to do that. I tried to do it with her, and I was able to stand for 12 seconds. It seemed like I never actually got her to come back around. So I figured once he masters it, I'll be able to do it with her a little bit better. You want to sit, please? No, I'm saying the thing where you get her to sit next to you.
Oh.
I love you too. We get different treats. Okay, let's get different treats. These are for training.
Nellie Hagan said, Oreo, what a sweet girl.
She is.
Ethel Reed said, happy Sunday morning.
Hi, Ethel, you made it. It's about the time we were ready to leave, but you made it. Ed. Oh, whoa, fall down? Oh my goodness, what happened? You need honey scratches? You need the ham hocks? Oh, okay, that's what it is. You got an itch in the ham hocks? Is that it? Oh boy. Okay. Feel better? You feel better? Who's that puppy mommy scratching on the TV? All right, you go down. Show me how we share. How do we share? Show me how we share. That's not how we share. That's not how we share. No, ma'am. That's not how we share. That's how we ask, please. But that's not how we share. Go ahead, off. Show me how we share. Good girl. Sit. Good girl. I don't have anything you want to share. That's the problem, isn't it? All right, guys. I think we're gonna have to go. Oh, I'm down there. Listen, I'm so grateful. This was such a nice Sunday. The weather outside's gorgeous here. I hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. We are going to get some food, some Sunday brunch. Take Oreo outside for some warmth. Maybe set up a table for Nanny because that's exciting to know that Nanny was just waiting for a table. If you guys have not been told today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you because I love you guys so very, very much. I appreciate of everybody. And listen, Simply Karen, it wasn't Simply Karen, who was somebody new who was asking a question. Lemon something. Somebody Lemon.
Miss Lemon.
Miss Lemon. Miss Lemon, feel free to ask all the questions you want. That's what we're here for. You're not being nosy. You're not 100% just learning. That's why we're here. So if you have any other questions you want to ask, feel free. Obviously, we always try to keep it cordial and polite, but go have at it, okay? And listen, as always, you guys take care. God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye from us. Up, up.
And then I mean,
Mom got
God.
up, so that doesn't mean Daddy got up. What does that mean? Bye, guys.